I'm Anita from Global Baby, and today I'm going to be showing you the Britax Fronteir Clicktight. So this is a really great seat. Some of the things that I like about it is it's really easy to install using a latch or the seat belt. You can use it for a long time, either harnessed, or it also turns into a booster seat, so you'll undo all the harness and put the seat belt through. And kids of course love that there's a cup holder here. And you've also got this really handy recline feature. So now I'm going to take you through some of the things more in detail. Let's start with the harness mode here. Now Britax have a few requirements before entry to the seat. The children need to be at least 76 centimetres tall, about 18.1 kg and 2 years old. So I would always recommend that you can stay rear facing as long as you can. And then sometimes when families have a second child and they need the other seat for the baby, then they would move the older child into something like this, around 2-3 years old. You've got the integrated headrest and shoulder straps. What that means is there's no threading or unthreading of the straps. The shoulder straps move with the headrest. And what you want to do is make sure that the shoulder straps are coming out at the child's shoulder level. And that means that the shoulder strap height will determine the height of the headrest. You can just adjust it in here. There's a little button. And then squeeze this red handle at the top to move that one. Another neat feature is the recline feature. And that's just a red handle under here which you can squeeze. And you can adjust the recline of the seat. That's really good for children who are still having their daytime sleeps, maybe 2-3 years old. The only thing is that you can only use the recline feature when the seat is in harness mode, so not older children in booster mode. The harness can be used up to about 40 kgs or about 140 centimetres. And the reason I'm saying about is because Britax is an American company, so in the manual all their measurements are done in inches or pounds, whatever. So the conversion is not exact. Britax recommend that you continue using the seat for as long as you can in the harness mode, but there are a few measurements in the manual if you want to start using the booster mode a little bit earlier. The main thing with the booster mode to consider is that the lap part of the seat belt will go low across the child's legs, not on their tummy, and that the shoulder part of the belt is going to sit at their shoulder level, not up around their face. Another important thing to consider when you're thinking about putting your child into a booster seat is whether or not they're sensible or kind of have the maturity level required to sit there in a seat belt, like they're not going to pull the seat belt under their arm and lean forward in the seat. That might be a little bit older. Another cool thing about this seat is the Clicktight function. So that's the way that you'll install the seat in the car, and it's really easy. It locks it off for you, locks the seat belt off, so you don't need to use a locking clip or any of those, you don't need to tighten the belt or anything like that. So the way that we get to the Clicktight is if you open up the buckle here, and there are 2 little red button holes at the back of the seat. Just squeeze together this sort of motion underneath there, and you've opened up the Clicktight. Now you will bring the vehicle's 3-point seat belt through here, plug it in on the other side, bring it back, and then simply push down. And now it's locked. And there's another way of installing the seat, and that is latch. Now latch is the American version of ISOFIX, so it's pretty much the same as ISOFIX, clips onto those little points in your car. The only thing with latch is that it can only be used up to 18 kg. So in this seat, your child will be over 18 kg. Then you would need to remember to stop using the latch and use the seat belt. And for that reason, I would probably recommend that you just use the seat belt right from the start. But I'll show you how it works anyway. The same way, we'll open up the Clicktight under here. And then these little latch connectors are here. You've just got to press the red button on them to get it out. And that's the latch. And then it's kind of similar to the European one, but on the in-between, it's got this webbing, kind of like a seat belt. and we would install it in pretty much the same way. Putting that through the same belt path, and then you click that into the car on each side, and then close off the Clicktight. Another thing about the seat is that you need to use the top tether from when your child is 29 kg. Now, to save kind of problems and forgetting to do it later, just do it right from the start. If you've got a top tether, then I would say just do it. And it's always going to improve the stability of the seat because it's going to kind of tighten up the top here. So this is what the top tether looks like, and then in your car you'll have a little bolt. It'll probably have a picture of an anchor next to it. I'll link below to a blog post that I did about how to find the tether or the anchor points in your car. So this will be connected back here somewhere, and the seat belt or the latch will be connecting the seat at the bottom. Now I'll show you how to put it in the car, and I'll do it first with the seat belt and then with the latch or the ISOFIX. But like I said, you can only use the latch to 18 kg. So just to save yourself the hassle of having to remember when your child is 18 kg and changing to the seat belt, I'd probably just do it from with the seat belt from the start. Now the first thing you want to do is get your anchor and get that attached, and the anchor in my car is a real pain. It's right over the back, so I'll just do that quickly. I would always thread it in between the headrest, like in between those two metal bars. Connected the tether, and I always put that in between the two metal bars of the headrest. Now I'll show you with the seat belt. You want to follow this green belt path. Just put the seat belt through, plug it in, bring it back again, make sure there are no twists, and then you push it until you get that really satisfying loud click. Make sure it's connected, and there you go. And I would also tighten this tether as well. There we go. So now you can see that seat's not moving at all. Main thing to remember when you put the child in is that the shoulder straps are at the shoulder or a little bit above, and that the chest clip is at the armpit level. Not up around their neck, not around their belly button, so just here across the armpits, and buckle them in. I'll show you as well with the ISOFIX or the latch. Okay, the best way to disconnect it is to unbuckle the seatbelt first, then put your fingers in there and open up the Clicktight. Now the latches are inside here. You just need to press the red button to remove them. Same as before, make sure there are no twists or anything. Just connect them to your ISOFIX points. And lock that one off. We're going to use it as a booster seat. That's without the harness. You just unthread the harness, take out this little bit here. Then you can use it the same with the lower anchors or the ISOFIX. And then you would just bring the seatbelt through. So remember, this is all gone. And plug it in. And then you just put the seatbelt through the guide here. And now if you want to use it, you don't pretend you don't have ISOFIX and you want to use it as a booster, you can just use it as a normal booster seat, just sitting on the seat as it is. That video helpful? If you liked it, then give it the thumbs up below, and you can also subscribe as well. And check out our website globalbaby.co.nz. Thanks. And we've just picked up my little girl from daycare, and I've got her in the seat. She's 3 years old, so I'll show you how it looks.